Hello, welcome back to the kitchen. So I am coming on today, not making anything because I made this back earlier in the year. Once a month I need to shake my vanilla. Back in January I did all the scraping of the pods, putting them in here and then mixing them with vodka, and it takes about 12 months to cure, but about once a month you need to shake them, which had me think about what grief is like, and the fact that you will be going along totally fine for some period of time, which could be, depending on where you are in your journey of grief, could be minutes, hours, days, months, and you're just going along totally fine, and then someone comes along and shakes everything up and takes all the vanilla beans that were at the bottom and just throws it into chaos and everything else. The other analogy I use is like a snow globe, when all the little snowy flakes are settled and then someone comes along and shakes the snow globe and everything just goes into chaos inside of you. And it's knowing that it will settle back down. Unfortunately, it will get shaken from time to time. That duration will change during your grief, and for each of us individually. Some of us will just be caught out of the blue a few years on and be like, what in the world is going on? And it's what we call a grief burst in the grief community, where just something has just shaken you up and made you have all of these feelings again that you thought were kind of put to bed, which they're not. I mean, they're always going to come up because you're always going to love your loved one and always miss them. But what we look for is finding how to have it settle back down as easy as you can, with as much ease as you can. And then when it happens again, have an understanding of what's going on, be kind to ourselves when that's going on, and know that it will pass. So I did decant some of the vanilla for you. So this is about, so what are we? We are the tippy top of June. So this has been going for about five and a bit months. So it's starting to look like vanilla. And if I shake it up a little bit and hold it up to the camera, you should be able to see some of the beans and other kind of bits of vanilla floating around in there. And that's what it's like. So find out what feels kind to you, to just be able to bring everything back down and know that it will pass, and understanding that it will come up again, but starting to put in those self-kindness tools in place for when that happens. Depending on the time of the year, sometimes a very nice fluffy dressing gown will work very well for you. For me, in the colder months, it's a lovely mug of hot chocolate. For you, it might be a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, some way that you can just wrap yourself up in a duvet and give yourself some love, let it settle down, and know that you'll be okay. So I'm going to go forth and shake. I've got 5 bottles of vanilla to shake, which is actually not too much, because you don't need to do too much. It's just about this. And then what I've also got, which I decanted some out because brown bottles are best for protecting it. So this will go back into that bottle I just had out. I also did some orange essence and lemon. So there's, you might be able to see those a little bit more in there. That's the peel. So these ones don't shake up as much as the vanilla do, but they all need shaking. And this one should be ready sometime soon. I'll pop a link in below, because there's someone else that's on YouTube that is where I got the instructions for doing this, which was a fantastic channel. So that's John's channel. So I will pop the link for that below if you're interested in making your own vanilla. It's kind of a nice experiment, because creativity within grief will help you, because when you're being creative, your mind can just lovely float off to somewhere else and focus on, at the moment, shaking bottles, or at that time it was about scraping the vanilla beans out, which takes it's like a lovely methodical thing to do, and it just takes your mind off of things for a few minutes. And that's another version of being of self-kindness, is to go ahead and do that and just do something creative. And that can be different. I tend to find myself in the kitchen Other people will find themselves in the garden or taking care of their plants or researching something that they might want to do. It's all different for all of us, and none of it is really wrong as long as it is kind to you and not avoidant. And that's the difference, is you're doing something just to change what's going on up in your head and not avoid things, but give yourself a little bit of a break. So I've got one more bottle to do, so I will do that, and then I will love and leave you guys, and thank you for being here. Take good care of yourselves, and till the next time.